So hi all, welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, I am going to go ahead and discuss this particular problem, that is find category recommendation pairs. This is a LeetCode hard category problem. In this problem, we have two tables. One is the product purchases table, in which the user ID and the product ID is the unique identifier for this table. And each row represents a purchase of a product by a user in a specific quantity. Here again we have another product info table, in which we have the product ID, which is the unique identifier for this particular table, and each row assigns a category and a price to a product. Amazon wants to understand shopping patterns across product categories. So we need to write a solution to find all category pairs where category 1 is less than category 2. And for each category pair, determine the number of unique customers who purchase products from both the categories. So category pair is considered reportable if at least three different customers have purchased products from both the categories. And return the result table of reportable category pairs ordered by customer underscore count in descending order. And in case of a tie, by category 1 in ascending order lexicographically, and then by category 2 in ascending order. Okay, so this problem is pretty much same as the previous problem, okay, that we discussed. And honestly speaking, that particular problem was a little difficult compared to this problem. This problem is a little easier problem, okay, but it's of the same type. So let us go ahead and let us see how we can solve this particular problem, right? So what exactly we have to do? In the previous problem, we had to go ahead and we had to find out on the basis of the product ID. Okay, this particular condition that we are having, category 1 less than category 2, this was on the basis of product ID 1 less than product ID 2, but here we have on the basis of category. Okay, so what we have to do, let us first go ahead and let us combine these two tables and let us add this category table over here, right? And then we need to find out the pairs of category 1 and category 2 which have the same the same values, okay, for the unique user ID. So we will be using inner join we will be using an inner join which is going to be a kind of a self join only, okay, two same tables in inner join mode. Okay, so let us go ahead and let us do that one first. So let us first combine the product purchases table and the your product info table, correct? So let us go ahead and let's write the query. We will say select P1, okay, and from P1 I actually need everything, and here I will say P2 dot category because I need only the category from the product info table. So I will say from product purchases, correct, as P1, and then I will say inner join, okay, inner join product info, okay, as P2, and then I will say on P1 dot product underscore ID, correct, is equals to P2 dot product underscore ID, because in both the tables the product underscore ID is the common table, right? So let us go ahead and let us first run this. If I run this, when I go down, you will see that the category has now been added, okay, respective category has been added. Let us go ahead and let us store this inside a temporary table. I will say with temp1 as, and then I'm going to place it here. Okay, now what I'm going to do, now I will go ahead and I will use a self join, okay, and I will say that select T1 dot category as category 1, and then T2 dot category as category 2, okay, and then again I also need the user ID as well. Okay, so I will say T1 dot user underscore ID, okay, from temp as T1, inner join temp as T2, correct, and I'm going to go ahead and perform this inner join on the on the same two tables, okay, on basis of the user ID only, okay, because I need the unique pairs, okay, and it has to be on the basis of a particular user ID. Okay, it should not be that this particular product ID from 101 should be paired with 103 of user ID, because we need to find it on the basis of a particular user, right? So that's why we are going to go ahead and use this user ID only. We are performing this join on the basis of user ID. So I will say t1 dot user ID is equals to t2 dot user ID, correct? And obviously we also need to go ahead and place one more condition where this category condition should also be satisfied. So I will say where t1 dot category, right, category is less than t2 dot category. Okay, let us go ahead and let us submit this and let us see what we get as the output. It is saying, sorry, this should be temp1. Okay, here it also should be temp1. Okay, let us wait for some time. And let us go down. Yeah, so as you can see, we got this particular category with us, right? Category 1, category 2. So category 2 is greater than category 1. Okay, and the way how it is greater, because E comes later than C, in the same way E comes later than B, so in that way it is greater. Okay, and if you look at the user ID, right, so here you will see that there are some of the rows which are repeating, right, like books electronics 2, books electronics 2. So they should not repeat because we need to find out the unique items. So I will say distinct. Okay, if I do distinct, then it will definitely go ahead and find me the distinct rows. Okay, if I go ahead, if I do this, you see we are now going to go ahead and get the distinct rows. And now from this particular table, right, I'm going to store this inside a temporary table again. It's a temp2, and this is going to be our another CTE. And here we are going to say select category 1, because we need the category 1, category 2 and customer count, correct? So we'll say category 1, category 2, and we will say count for everything as customer count from temp2, and then I'm going to group it by both the categories, category 1 comma category 2. Okay, where if I now, because there is one more condition over here, the condition is that a category pair is considered reportable if at least 3 different customers have purchased the product. So the count of this particular pair must be greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so that condition we have also got to place, right? So count of this particular pair should be greater than or equal to 3. Okay, and obviously we also need to go ahead and order it, because here it is saying return the result table in this particular order. So customer count should be in descending, so order by count of everything should be descending, then category 1 should be ascending, and then category 2 should be ascending. Okay, so this order is maintained. Let me just go ahead and let me submit. This should work. This has worked. Let us go ahead and submit this code.